Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we've got a third-party edition from SooSoo Toys, their Cajun card dealer, or as you and I know him, Gambit. Let's take a look. So here's a Jim Lee version of Gambit from the cover of X-Men #1, which probably most of you know what he looks like. And that here's another artist rendition of the character. And what I'm going to do next is put up a side-by-side photo of SooSoo Toys on the left and the Sideshow Gambit on the right. So there they are with their similar hairstyle. You can see right away the difference in the jackets. Sideshow on the right has a cloth jacket, which looks great. The detailing is stitched into it, where SooSoo on the left, which does have a wired duster jacket, which makes all the difference in the world, they weathered it differently and actually, painted on the details and the wear and tear. So the Sideshow looks like a brand new coat. The other thing I don't like about the Sideshow is those ears. This shot, no, they still stick out. It looks like a taxi with the doors open. And I think he's a little too pale. The face looks great and the eyes were painted well, but SooSoo on the left just did a better job. Those ears a little bit flatter to the head, and I just think it looks more natural. Here's a shot of the other hairstyle on both. Again, Sideshow on the right, SooSoo Toys on the left, and both look fine. I have no problem with either of these, and it was a good idea to include both. But the fact that they went with the cloth cloak, a jacket on the right, and then the pleather on the left. Again, pleather can deteriorate over time. You need to keep it out of the humidity and treat it. But the wired jacket on the left is just heads above the other one, in my opinion. So we'll give you another full shot of the Sideshow. And if you bought this piece and you love it, all power to you, man. It's all subjective, I just wanted the other one for the look, overall look. I just thought the aesthetic was better. And here's how I have the SooSoo Toys posed right now in my home with the swirling card effect and then his staff over his shoulder with the long hair. I just think it's fantastic. So let's get on to the actual piece itself. We'll get him out of the box and take a closer look. All right, so here we've got the box opened up and all the accoutrement laid out here. There's the cover that goes over the figure itself. Of course, we've got the figure. Looks fantastic. We'll get him out of the box in a minute. A really cool swirling effects piece. Extra normal hands here. Over here is all his energized extra hands. So you've got identical sets, just one energized and one normal. He's got the X base. There's the flight stand or the dynamic stand in there that screws in with the claw. He's got a very cool, is a staff. It's plastic, but it's very well painted with that gunmetal with black inlays. So that looks very cool. And two other things. A complete set of cards that you can punch out. So there's an entire deck, including jokers that are in there. So that's a cool idea. Nice. And this little gem here, which of course is his signature throwing. And I think you can see on the bottom here, kind of cool. It's his hand. His hand is right here on the bottom, so that actually plugs in. And there's the three. Now it doesn't show the suits of the cards. It's just that translucent, pink, purple, which still looks cool. Sideshow, I will give them credit. They did actually put playing cards in here. But there's not much else that I don't like about this thing. I'll tell you, I'm going to show you some photos, like I said, of both pieces side by side. And he's also got the normal long flipping hair and then the longer hair that comes over his ears. So let's turn this off. Let's get Gambit up out of the box and get a closer look at this guy. All right? Be right back. So here we've got Gambit, Cajun card dealer, right out of the box, just in a standard stock museum pose. And already, the damn thing is just so impressive, guys. I'm telling you, he really is. Take a look at that face sculpt, the 5 o'clock shadow. They've got the black with the red eyes, just perfect. The detail on this hair. It's got, like I said, 2 sets of hair. It's magnetic. I'll pop the other one on, hopefully. This is a impromptu to show you what it looks like. Whoops. So there's Gambit with the longer hairstyle. I think I prefer the first one, the wavy one, but this is a good look as well. I mean, just a preference for you. Let's get the other one back on because that's just how I like it. Pops right on, nice. The details on the damn thing are just incredible, and I'm going to go over, like I said, a comparison. But here's his, his vest, his tunic, with the honeycomb pattern sculpted into it. You see, obviously, the silver black design work leads down to the pants with the striping, the metallic boots with black, detailed in there as well. And the hero here on this guy is really the coat. I mean, this thing is just wired on the collars, on the sides, on the bottom. It's now it is a pleather design, so you're gonna have to keep it out of the humidity, and maybe even it might be smart to treat it with something to make it last. I mean, if your house isn't humid, you shouldn't have a problem with it, but pleather can flake and chip over time. But the duster itself is just great. It's stitched all right around. They did kind of weather it, as you can see, the folds where the arms go. Same thing on the collar. I mean, it's right out of the comics. It's just a plain dark brown lining on the inside. Now, the Sideshow one is a cloth, which I'll show you, and does have like a paisley lining on the inside, which is nice, but I think this is quite cool. I'm going to show you a couple other accessories up close. Let me just stand him here. I did show you the other hair, but again, just magnetized, and very cool idea, giving you an option for that. This is the card throwing accessory. See, his hand is right here, so this would actually plug in to the arm or to the wrist, and then there's his 3-card throwing effect. Now they didn't put cards in here. It's just obviously the translucent purplish pink there, but Sideshow did. I'll give them credit there. Did score points. They did put cards on theirs, and this one just shows the effect, but that's okay. He does also have, like I said, 2 sets of hands, the ones that are on there, and then also identical sets, but with him powering up. And this is one you could place a couple of those cards inside between the fingers, and that look that he does when he's holding the cards. The other thing they did, which was cool, is this little swirling effect. And this actually, let's see if I can do it off camera. Well, I'll show it to you first. It actually gives the effect if he's swirling around and there's cards. You can't tell what suits they are, but scattered throughout, sculpted into the thing. So that's very, very cool. Let me see if I can get this in his hand real fast off camera so I can show you. So I think it's worth taking a look at. Nice little extra addition that SooSoo Toys did that the other company didn't. So I'm having a hell of a time getting it in his hand, guys. Sorry. On camera. Come on. Come on. Maybe I'm using the wrong hand, actually. Yeah, I think I've got the wrong hand out. Anyway, so trust me, it does go on one of the hands. But the jacket is removable. I'm not going to take it off. The hard plastic tunic is going to hinder, articulation on this thing, unfortunately. But the rest of it's pretty standard stuff. I mean, you've got pops head off. Got a head that'll go way up. He's even got an Adam's apple, right? That'll go way, way up, down enough, and back and forth, and a little bit of tilt. Cool. Now on his arms, let me stand him up. Even with the jacket, there's a ratchet there, so it goes straight out to 90, so that's good. I mean, obviously, it won't swivel all the way around because of the jacket, but you can get the hand up pretty far, so that's good. And there is a swivel in the upper arm as well. Double jointed elbow, right? Of course. Now waist, you're not going to get any. You're not going to get any crunch. It goes back a little bit. You see how it separates under there, but my only gripe is I wish they would have done something with that, because so you can get them, really well, bent over and doing those kick poses. Leg-wise, it goes up about that far, not crazy amount. And because of his boots, I mean, he does bend pretty good, but he's not going to kick his own butt. Looking at the rest of the costume, the outfit, again, pleather here, hard plastic here. They did this kind of vinyl suit, so you want to be careful when you're doing the splits, not to take them out too far. This is one of the gripes I have with these kind of outfits. It does hinder the articulation. It does feel like there's a little padding here in the upper thighs. It doesn't make him look too fat or too thin, but it's there nonetheless. So that's something I wish that Sideshow did put a cloth undersuit on him, which was nice because you can really flex it around and it doesn't. It's not going to rip. It's not going to tear. But again, this wired coat is a winner all the way around. This Gambit, he just fell over. He's had too much to drink at the casino. And the collar even has a wire in it. Right now, it's just, I've got it folded down. I know he wears it popped up a lot, but your collar may vary. So my final thoughts on Gambit are overall, this is an automatic grail piece for me. I know I say that a lot because after all, the channel is called Gary's Grails, but it really is fantastic. I mean, the positives far outweigh the negatives. Positives, the sculpt, the hair, the effects pieces, the wired jacket, the extra details on the boots and the weathering on the coat, the staff, everything's just top notch. If I could have changed anything, again, it would have been a cut maybe here for articulation. And one thing I will say for the negative, and I read some other reviews and I wasn't sure till I tried to do it, changing out the hands on this thing is a mother. I didn't heat anything up, but it took me everything. I actually shaved the peg down a little bit with an X-Acto blade to get this gripping hand on his left hand to hold his staff. Heating stuff up and everything is probably an easier way, a smarter way to go about it, but I just shaved a tiny bit until it fit on there and it's on there tight. So that's the thing that SooSoo or SooSoo Toys needs to take a look at in their QC department, because these shouldn't be that tough to swap out. I was afraid I was going to break the peg. And Hot Toys does give you additional wrist pegs, which this one did not. So I'm hoping that never becomes an issue. So that's it. That's my Cajun card dealer from SooSoo Toys. Excellent buy if you can find him. I mean, he's out there on the secondary market, guys, if you want to pay those prices. Or maybe you can get lucky like I did and reach out to a retailer and maybe they'll have one that some fool didn't pay for and you can scoop it up. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And as always, when you guys are out there, happy hunting. See you next time.